All right, guys, we are back. I am back here with Miss Molly Hopkins. This is part two. If you checked out part one, we're switching the gears a little bit and we're going to talk a bit more about your business because we know you from reality TV, we know you from Double Divas, and we know you from the franchise of 90 Day Fiance. But what a lot of people are learning about you now is that you have started your own business, which is a very, very successful business. So I want to get a little background on that. How did a bra business and lingerie business come about? And I know you started it with your bestie, Cynthia. So was this like a combination of two ideas, or did Cynthia come to you with an idea, or did you come to Cynthia with an idea? How was this born?
Well, basically, when we last spoke, I was telling you that I went to school for music. And when I was there, I was helping all my sorority sisters, all the girls, anytime a formal came up. And I have been doing this all along because I've had a sewing machine going since I was 3. And I've had boobs since the 4th grade. So when I was 12, I told my grandmother that I wanted to open a bra store when I got grown. Well, that idea kind of fleeted and it was gone. But when I was in college and I realized that doing all the things musically that I wanted to do was being suppressed through the amount of workload of schoolwork, that I just wasn't into it anymore. And I was just really struggling and I didn't know what to do. And one night I had a vision and I had a dream, and she came to me and she said, "Go get my machine, go get my stuff. You need to go to fashion school." And basically, the whole vision was laid out in front of me, how I was going to go there because it was a private college and it was very expensive.
Wow.
And I currently was on a scholarship for vocal and piano and academics. So I had no idea. My parents thought I was crazy. There was not going to be any money for this, and I didn't know how I was going to do it. So I basically just went there and did my thing and told them what I wanted to do. And I ended up with a scholarship and went to fashion school in Atlanta. While I was there, I took specialty swim design because I never could find tops to fit me. And I always got stuck in old lady one pieces and I hated it. Even though I'm a bigger girl, like I wanted to wear cute bathing suits. So while I was working and in school, there was a lingerie store across the hall that was super high end in Phipps Plaza. And if you're not familiar with that, it is the super high end mall in Georgia that has all of your designer stores, Versace, Gucci, Dolce
Okay.
Gabbana, those. And in the middle of that was a bra shop. And the owner was my client almost every day at the bar I worked at while I was in school. She came and ate lunch with me. And one day they came in and they said, "We're hosting a fit event this weekend, and the lady who trains for the corseteer for the Queen in England is coming to do the fittings. We want you to come." So we really know we can help you. They knew I was in a terrible bra. It was such a problem, and I was just forcing myself in everything that there was available. So I went over there. Unbeknownst to me, I didn't know how expensive the bras were, and I got nervous because they were like, "Go in the room, we're going to take your shirt off." And it was this really amazing lady named Tony. I didn't know she was amazing at the time until I went to work there. I was scared. They didn't know I just got my tax return and that I was going to spend all my money, but because I was in high end mall and I came in my college clothes, I probably had on a tracksuit and tennis shoes. I felt some kind of way about that, so I left and finished, was going to school. One day they came to me and said, "We want to hire you to work in our buying office because we're losing our girl and we think you'll be great. We love your personality. Do you want to come work for us?" So I said, "Okay." Well, at that time, then I ended up getting the fitting, learning all the things, working in the back office. But I knew very quickly that I wanted to help people. And they were getting ready to be on Oprah. And they knew
Whoa.
when they went on Oprah, the owner of the company, that their business was going to explode. I had left for a little bit and they called me. So I had went back and I said, "I'm coming back." And they're like, "But you're not going to be doing the same job. You got to be a bra fitter." And I was like, "Okay." I didn't really know, but I knew because I had been constructing my own garments for so long, doing alterations, been to fashion school. I knew I could do it. And they said, "You're going to be on a 90-day probationary period and then we're going to pay you commission." And I said, after 6 days, and I had led the top sales in the sales floor with nobody to train me and was spot on with my fit, I said, "I want my commission now, and I won't guarantee that this is what we're doing because this is for me. It was always been for me. It's been a vision my whole life. It just got brought to life." So that's what happened. And at that time, Cynthia worked remotely from home. So we knew each other, but we didn't know each other. But they had called her back
Oh.
at the same time to fit. And what happened was we realized very quickly that we didn't care if you had $50 or $5,000 to spend. We gave you the same level of service. And it was a very cutthroat sales job in a high-end store. And one day I went to lunch, which we never did because there was too many people to leave that we couldn't not help them. So we never went to. And I was sitting at the table and I was like, I want to do mastectomy fittings. I want to do prosthetics for cancer patients. I want to sell sexy. I want to go past the size they stop at, because there was women coming there that I had nothing for. And it made me very upset because I knew it was available, but it just
Yeah.
wasn't for their store. And so I basically went home and on a wing and a bunch of prayers told everybody I'm quitting this really great job with paid benefits and vacation pay, and I'm going to open my own store, and I don't know where, and I don't have a lot of money, but it's going to happen.
Wow, that
And
is amazing.
it happened.
It sounds like that sounds like a movie. It sounds like it's not even a real story. Like, you really left an amazing job where you were doing amazing and you decided to help people, and that was more important. And I love that it has paid off for you, because in the end, kindness wins. You wanted to do things for everyone, and regardless if they were a millionaire or not, you wanted to make them feel comfortable and you wanted to make them feel important. And I feel like that is why you're so successful, because you treat everyone the way that they should be treated. You make all the women feel like they're important. You give them the attention they need, and you're giving them the right bra size. Because we learned when you were on one of the tell-alls, most women aren't wearing the right bra size, and they're actually doing damage to their bodies and their backs. I didn't even realize that.
There's so much science behind it, and there's so much technique. I mean, it's very technical. Bras are so many and so vast, but we've been shoved down our throats for years and years. This specific ad or these specific companies that have these multi-million dollars. And to be honest with you, George, no one looks like that. You can take a random group of women out of a grocery store or a church or a school or anywhere, even in Hollywood, okay, where people are lean or they're implanted or whatever. No one really fits that creed. And what I try to tell people is, why would you leave the health of your breast, the fit of your bras, up to a kiosk or a store in a mall that hires teenagers? They
Exactly.
haven't been through weight loss and gain. They haven't been through children. They haven't been through hormonal changes. They haven't done any of this. And not only that, they're not going to understand that as a 47-year-old woman, I still want to have my groove. I still want to look good. And even though I'm 20 pounds more than I want to be, I still love myself and I deserve the sexy. And that's not easy for somebody who hasn't been through these life experiences. So,
Yes.
the more I do it, the longer I've done it, the better I get at identifying issues that women have with their self before they ever even come in and take their clothes off. Because when the clothes come off and the curtains closed, the secrets spill out. And I have learned so much about these women. They become my friends after they become my clients. They come to events, they're fans. And I honestly believe, had I not been through all the stuff I've been through in my life, or even dated a younger man, or tried to find love in a foreign place, or had issues with my kids and my own breast and my own weight issues, if I didn't have those things, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing, because in that dressing room is and the mirror is the devil. It is one of the most vulnerable places we can be with a complete stranger who's looking at us naked, right? Because the only people who
Yeah.
do that usually are your significant other and your doctor. So I make it easy for them and I let them know. And sometimes I pull my shirt up and I'm like, would it make you feel better if I pull my shirt up too?
That does help sometimes. I mean, when I go to the doctor and I have to take off my clothes, I feel very insecure. And I know that my doctor is not interested in me at all. I
At
still feel
all.
insecure, right? So I don't know. It's just insecurity we all share. So you're 90-day royalty in the franchise, and it's kind of an expectation that all the new ladies that enter in to the franchise, they go through Livy Ray lingerie and they get fitted. It's kind of like a rite of passage now. So a lot of the ladies make reels and they share with us the bra creations that you've created for them. So I kind of want to talk about that. How did that come about? Who was the first person that came through your store and then started this tradition?
So the first person that I fit was Rebecca, obviously on the tell all. And the
Yes.
thing is that I just pulled up pictures of her and took a bra. I took like 4 sizes. I'm like, she's either going to be this or this. There's no way I can miss this. And she too was wearing a bra that was 3 sizes too small in her cups. And when we did the Bears All, and everybody, even the camera guys, when she transitioned from the bathroom where I fit her and came back out, it was dead silent. And I heard everybody go, oh, wow. Like it was that thing. So that worked out great for me just prior to COVID to be able to do virtual fittings. So she was my first. And I've reached out to a ton of people. They had me talk about Darcy's changes in her breast, and I was, spot on. But I have tried to reach out to Tanya because I posted something one time and she didn't think it was very nice. And I wasn't trying to be attackful. I think the way that I said it made it sound mean. But what I was trying to say was just in my crazy, kitschy way, like, girl, your bra's terrible. Like, but she didn't like that. So it created a little bit of, but I told her and I sent her a message and I said, I'm so sorry that you feel that way. I really wasn't trying to make you feel bad, but I haven't fit her yet. She doesn't really care though about bras. I have fit
I saw
Emily,
that you fit Veronica, right?
I Veronica, I fit Jasmine, I fit Emily, I fit Ariella. I tried to fit Pal too, but then she kind of jumped off the wagon. I'm going to get ready to fit Miona. I would love to fit Angela. She's here in my state. We don't live that close together, but the problem when women have breast jobs or surgeries, they are of the belief system that they don't need to wear a bra.
Oh,
And that's all fine and well, but you're going to have to protect your investment. I always say you cannot buy a Benz and put the good gas in it. You just can't. You need it. It's the structural foundation for your undergarment. So at some point, I'm probably going to fit Angela, but honestly, I would love to fit everybody because if you're not buying your bra from a specialty store, you are not in the right size. And I think the most demonstrative fitting that we did was Jasmine. And she's a tiny frame
yeah.
and she's a 30 around and they don't sell those in stores. And where she's at, and even down in like Colombia and some of the other Latin American countries and all around, they believe that everybody's a B. You're just either a 32 to a 40. So someone with really large breasts that's actually very small is buying that bigger bra and it doesn't fit. And she's been very open with her post. She looks fantastic. Sight unseen, sent the bras. Veronica too. And she's went through a transition with her weight. So she was one size and then another size, but we were spot on. We also fit Veronica's daughter because it's super important for me to fit the girls when they're young so they never have to go through life getting to 40 or 45 or 55, or even sometimes women who are in their 60s and 70s that have had their first fitting and they never knew what size bra they were supposed to be in.
That is insane. I
It's
love that
crazy.
you have to teach them because it's like you said, it's kind of like a learned practice that people just assume you go to the store and they have your size, and you have to like re-educate so people are aware this is not your size. They don't know you. They have no idea your body type. They don't know the changes that you've been through. They have to get to know you personally to know what to put on your body. And I love that you're teaching that to people, especially at a younger age, because that can have a lot of lasting damage as you grow older, as you mature and get taller and your body changes, like you said, have babies. There's different things and there's all these complications that you could have.
I always refer it to how you wear your shoe. Let's say in America, you only had the choice of a 7, right? But in that 7, they made an A width, a B width, a C width, a D width, a wide width, whatever. But the length of your toe will have more space in a wider shoe. But in terms of the front, it's going to cram your toes up. It's going to give you bunions, corns, all these things. Breast tissue is way more delicate. And that is the same thing that's happening. And that's why I serve on a board called I Will Survive, which is a local nonprofit that educates and helps women who are going through transitional changes from cancer. It's also why I go speak at, health classes and try to do these things because the education is key and D is not big. So you can have humps, you can have moisture, like sawing effect underneath. You can get yeast. Women have a lot of issues surrounding their breast health due to the fact that they're wearing ill-fitting bras.